Hi, welcome to another video on my Mirft2 walking robot from Fischertechnik. And as you've seen in my previous video, I have changed the front legs. This type of leg or set of legs is better to pass objects. You can climb over objects. The only thing is that the setting right now is a bit very experimental, which I will show you. I have the two metal axes here and a shorter plastic one on this place, and I need that to keep the whole set rolling. However, because of the force that is needed to do this when I start the program right now, there will be a tremendous difficulty. So let's run it and then we'll see what happens. Probably with a lot of noise. You can see here already that one of the gears is outside. So when I lift it, you can see this gear is not exactly aligned. So that needs to be done, and in the meantime this set of legs goes completely out. So let me fix that. So that is just one of the problems. Let me run it again. Now this gear is hopefully nicely aligned again. Should be. And now it says camera is not connected, so I hope I can end it easily, which I can't. So unfortunately I need to kill this process, and it has process number 1137 73. Okay, let's try again. Now it should work. Well, this is how it works. But it is far from ideal, and yes, I need to I still need to adjust the sound and limit it to some 5 repetitions. So it's clear it needs some work. Here it needs work so it stays nicely fixed. Here it needs work because it needs legs like this. So enough to do. Let's first try to fix the code. So I had to kill this process, and let's see if we can reach far enough. not really. Anyway, here it says connected again, so prior to this it was wrong. Getting into the code, and where it needs to be fixed is right here. This sets the speed of the motors, both of them. Now it's set to 800, and previously I had it set to some 256 or something. I'm not quite sure what the maximum is, but I will change this right now to 1000, because I remember that 1024 had a problem. So first let's see what happens now. And of course I will not lift the robot at this moment. Because I want to see the effect of this changed speed. Does it even work? As yet, no response at all from the robot itself. It stays absolutely quiet, and I can't even do that. So let me open a new terminal, and alright, now I don't have to exit the code, which is here, and I will just say okay. I will have to kill this process. (1322). Thank you. And here we go again. Does something happen? Yes, something does happen, and I think, alright, what did happen is that the gear, the outside gear connected to the motor, is not running because the X is slipping. How that's a new phenomenon. And the problem with that is that the gear connected to the motor inside the frame is a type that can only have one kind of axis. Let me show you, because this may be a problem. So what did happen is that with this gear, this axis was turning, and that this gear was held by the weight of these gears. And let me turn the robot upside down or on its side. This gear is connected to this motor, and this gear can only have an axis with this kind of a flat thing. So although this drives, this is slipping. Let me. It can only be so much tighter. Oops. Yeah, there it goes again. There that goes. So let me first fix this, then that will be one problem less. I hope. That is one. And I want to fix this using this one. The other one should be fixed in the same way as well. If it holds. Alright, that is one. And now for the clamp to actually fix it. Oops. So to keep it better on cam, I have this clamp and I put it right. I said right on here. So if I lift it now either this way, there it goes. So much for a fix. Yeah, right. And in the meantime, this gear is quite gone as well. And how can that be? Because the frame has gone for a bit. It has been shifted. And this all may be due to some force that I didn't foresee. So now that is all correct. That one has to go up. And this piece of the frame has to go up as well. So those are problems that of course interfere with the walking. So I need, this isn't exactly the way I hoped it to be. Those are a few oopses, and clearly show the experimental stage of it. Will it walk? Not exactly yet. Let me just run it by lifting it. That takes a bit too long. Yeah, it won't run. I have to kill it once again. Alright, another attempt to run it. Yeah, nice. But this is not the way I want it, and once again this one is no longer aligned with the gear, with the motor gear. So this is a problem as well. And before I continue with that, I have to check on the sound, because I really want it to sound only 5 times before it stops. So let me check on that too. So with the sound code, I have found a solution, and that concerns an instruction called break. While is conditional, and it stays this way because it says, okay, the motors are finished, so do this loop. Then if sound's finished, stays as well, because it is conditional on the sound. However, this one goes on and on if it is not stopped. And for the stop, the if loop has the break condition. So I've done a test, and that says it runs 3 times. I'll lift the robot because it's mechanically not really working. Oops. Anyway, let's run it. This sounds like few times, and let's run it again. And last time. And that's okay with me. So now the sound won't go on indefinitely, and that is exactly the way I want it. So now it's time to concentrate on the hardware side of the robot again. And before going back to the hardware side, I have to point out that setting this speed, which is now at 1000, is not much use until I have fixed the alignment of the gears. And unfortunately, as you've seen, the gear right above the motor gear is not really aligned anymore. So I need a fix for that. And I need a fix for the wheels, because not for the wheels, for the front leg, because it quite easily falls off. So hoping or assuming rather that 1024 is actually a good speed, I have to see that the hardware holds. You can see that here this speed, which is just the reverse of the old speed that I used, and I will let it this way being commented, so it won't run backwards. But another thing, of course, is the distance that is set. it is the time that it actually does something. So whatever you see run on the camera, it runs for 400, whatever it is, ticks probably, and for now it is enough, but the speed, that will do it. So let's see. The first thing I want to do now is ensure that this doesn't fall off. So in order to do that, I will reduce this distance, and I will have to put this axis through. So in order to do that, I will have to loosen these a bit. And fix them again. So that is one. This is two. Then first hoping that this indeed will do the job, and considering the length, it will. Where is the hole? Here's a hole. So that is one. And then I need the other hole for this one. Which is somewhere here, I think. Or is it? Ah, here. I need these two holes. Alright, so now that is fixed, which also means that I have to fix this one. First let me take out these two. That is one. Then make sure that the holes are indeed aligned. Which it is like this. Taking this clamp off. That is one. Now putting this one back on. No, here. Now I can put the clamp over here and make sure that I have a hole here. Yes. So now at least they won't come off again. However, I have the other problem that this gear is still out of alignment, which is caused, as it looks like, by the frame being out of order. So somehow I need to put this gear back into place, and then it becomes also kind of clear that the clamp on the other side is a little bit too flexible. So I'm not quite sure how to fix that, except with a screwdriver, which immediately removes the clamp. How nice. So here I do have a kind of a problem, because now it is anything but fixed. Let me take this one off, and now I can fix it. Alright, that is one. Controller back on. And then it's just hoping that everything will stay in place. It looks like they are. So, time for another test. So with these latest improvements, let's see what happens when I start the program. Here again you can hopefully see what happened here. So, and I cannot tighten the gear, which is quite unfortunate. Let's do it again. This is odd. So, see, that happens. This should be there, and this one should be there. So I have to put clamps here so that they don't go further. Let's see what happens. Well, that's one thing, but that's not what I want. I want it to actually walk. What happens? Let me put it here, or let me just look on the other side. Oops. Let's just see what happens this time. Probably the same with slipping gear here. Yes. Exactly the same. And this gear probably cannot be, yes, this one can be tightened. So let's do it again. Yeah. And when I look at the code, it is at a speed of 1000. So conclusion is for now that probably the speed is alright, but the grip of this gear on the axis is not tight enough. I do need another solution for that. And at the moment I have no idea how to solve that. So I fixed a piece of code, being the sound. I fixed the connection of the new legs on both sides. And I clearly need some improvement here. So with that, I thank you for watching, and to be continued.